Good morning, Dr. Stewart. Today you get the privilege to relax and get shown around by 5 powerful horses: Brennan, Simone, Mollie, Autumn, and me, Theo. Over the past year, with the global pandemic influencing many of our lives, we've begun to deeply explore all the public spaces in our city. The province that we all live in has public areas ranging from nature to city and even an undeveloped island located only 20 minutes of ferry ride away from the coastline. But what have public spaces changed over the years? What do we have? And lastly, what are we missing? Today, I will be your tour guide taking you on the public life recovery journey, visiting all of our hometowns. First, we'll be starting on the island at Mollie's hometown, Port Alberni, moving on to Simone City, Victoria. Next, we will be hopping on to the ferry at Ross Bay Ferry Terminal, traveling to Tawasin, and then taking Highway 1 route to Autumn's hometown at Kamloops. To make our trip back to Vancouver, we will be taking Highway 99, passing through one of the gorgeous sceneries out there, stopping by Brennan's hometown at Whistler, and then making a quick stop at the North Shore, which is the city that I grew up in, before heading to the final destination of our public life recovery journey, downtown Vancouver. Don't worry, Dr. Stewart, we will not be taking you outside of Canada, so you won't have to quarantine at the end of this big trip. On that note, masks are not mandatory on this trip too. But first, let me welcome you to the beautiful British Columbia, one of the most superb places on the planet. First, we arrive at Mollie's space, the Harbour Quay. This area lies alongside the end of a canal in the small town Port Alberni. A long boardwalk runs out into the ocean, allowing people to walk, swim, or sit nearby. Abundant activities such as shopping, dining, and sightseeing. This small public space is highly concentrated with tourism attractions and fun activities for locals as well. During the summertime, small cruise ships would often dock nearby, bringing in hundreds of tourists during pre-COVID world to this low-key town. Harbour Quay allows for a sense of community and togetherness in an already community-oriented town. It attracts all variations of people as it is such a diverse space, with a little bit of something for every type of person. A 2-hour and 35-minute ride later, we enter downtown Victoria, which combines a physically small town with a comparatively massive population. Any popular area is generally quite busy all the time. Being commonly labeled as a tourist town, one of the central attractions in the downtown area is a section of Government Street, almost always a cesspool of activity. Though obviously COVID-19 has greatly reduced the number of visitors, there is still a high volume of traffic, whether it be pedestrians, cars, or bikes. This year has seen a part of the street become partially closed to motor traffic in an effort to accommodate the many individuals who walk around the area. The public space is welcoming to all walks of life. A diverse range of people can be observed. This is facilitated by the variation of shops, restaurants, cafes, and the like. Some are small businesses, while others are more corporate-based. The diverse attractions allow a sense of enjoyment for individuals of all ages from varying backgrounds. Overall, it is a good representation of Victoria as a whole, a combination of small town life in a city environment. While it is definitely pleasant to see the diversity of the public who visit this space, being in such a centralized area of downtown Victoria, the street can get extremely busy. During active hours, people can struggle to find their way through the clusters that want to take pleasure in the attractions. In fairness, city streets are difficult to keep. Additionally, during the recency of the road changes, it is often confusing as a driver to navigate. 6 hours and 7 minutes later, with ferry ride and traffic, we drive straight into Autumn's favorite space to visit. Riverside Park, located right in the heart of the small city, Cambridge, BC. A lively park during the summer filled with live music and beach enjoyed by locals and tourists, and fun water park for the kids. During the winter, however, this changes drastically, and the park becomes completely empty. Riverside Park, with all of its activities and life, is accessible to anyone in the city, especially the growing homeless population in the summer times, hiding at the edge of the park. Altogether, Riverside Park is a good memory waiting to happen for any family, friends, or even strangers that walks through its beautiful, welcoming arc. A 4-hour drive away, you can find Brennan's favorite space located in the small town Whistler, called Olympic Plaza. In the summer, Olympic Plaza is a grassy area where you can sit and relax, catch a free concert, or participate in numerous free events. When winter comes around, the space transforms into a public ice rink and sledding hill. This unique space is surrounded by Whistler Village, Whistler's infamous outdoor shopping stroll. It was created during the 2010 Winter Olympic Games and has hosted an abundance of affairs since. Olympic Plaza is a place for gatherings, whether that be of families, friends, or strangers. This location brings people of all ages together in a space where people can feel comfortable and safe. Similar to Whistler's manner of intimacy is my public space Bowen Island, a 2-hour and 8 minutes ride from Whistler including ferry. Bowen Island has a low population to land ratio, and it has a large percentage of public spaces. During my recent visit to Bowen Island over the summer, I observed that it was undoubtedly a different experience from the urbanized cities that we're all used to. The disconnection from technologies and high-rises is a valuable feeling to face in this technological era. The 26-kilometer hike that took my friends and I up to the peak of Bowen Island was minimalistic, still containing its original identity. The closeness and friendliness of the residents are amazing to witness, and amazingly everyone is housed there. The only aspect of life missing there is the variety of grocery shops, but other than that, Bowen Island is a must-go-to place. At this point, you're probably wondering what it is that all these spaces have to offer a public space in a city like Vancouver. Well, there are 3 main takeaways from these spaces: safety, accessibility, and connectedness. A sense of safety is something that is lacking in many public spaces in large cities such as Vancouver. Safety comes in the form of public density. Highly populated areas are often the safest places to go, but too often in these places you get one or the other, safety or open space. In a successful public space, your comfort should not be sacrificed due to heavy crowds or security deficiency. Access for everyone is a vital element of creating a successful public space. This involves convenience for people with physical handicaps as well as public transportation. People should be able to get to the space so they can enjoy it. And most importantly, a sense of connectedness. Cities are notorious for being isolated and having a lack of community. This is due to the presence of redevelopments and the separation of social classes. In our definition of a public space, a significant element of a public space is the perception of a community. It is extremely important to feel connected and welcomed in the city you are a part of, and public spaces are a great way to develop this connection. They give you an opportunity to get to know the people in your neighborhood and learn about the space you occupy. As a group, we have constructed a public space starter pack that encompasses all the things we value in a public space, as well as designed a space that we believe a public space in a city like Vancouver could really bring to life. Our must-haves for a successful public space include covered areas for year-round usage, seating including picnic benches for outdoor eating during this pandemic, a sense of security, and space for the homeless population, either in the form of shelters or being welcomed in these spaces. these are the things we like to see in a public space. But one thing we all value is feeling a part of a community. All of our favorite spots make us feel connected to our towns or cities and with the people who live in them. We think it is important that any public space implements these feelings. In terms of what a space like this would look like in a city like Vancouver, I have drawn it out for better representation. Let me take you on a tour of what the 5 Social Horses Dream City looks like. I have drawn an undercover area with sitting and activities, allowing for this space to be used year-round even in the rain or snow. The blank walls also provide a space for local artists to express their creativity with possible graffiti art. We place the public space in the central area, which provides people with a sense of security since there will be people moving about and around the surrounding area. The benches to the side provide an outdoor eating experience, something highly valued this pandemic year. The benches also act as a resting area for anyone wanting to sit down and enjoy the space, running through the public area or bikes and pedestrian paths that provide easy access to the space. If you look closely to the right side, there is a shelter that supports the homeless, creating a welcome environment for all populations. We want to create a place that doesn't limit anyone, no matter their race, gender, ethnicity, sexuality, or socioeconomic status. Now, if you close your eyes and picture the space on a beautiful summer day, surrounded by greenery and filled with people, you can feel the sense of community the space could bring. Alright, Dr. Stewart, thanks for sticking around with the 5 powerful horses to the end of the Public Life Recovery Tour. This concludes our trip for the day, and as promised, mask was not required throughout the whole trip. If you liked the trip, please give us a 5-star rating on Yelp and Google under the business The Social Horses, so our business can continue to grow during the COVID-19 pandemic. And see you in term 2. Goodbye.